to Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy and I'm so grateful you clicked on today. So today we are going to be doing the topic, what do you need to be focused on? So it's just helpful suggestions. Take what resonates. These are general messages for the collective, so just keep that in mind. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So let's jump right in. Pile number 1, you guys shuffled the SEX card. Ooh. All right. Pile number 2, you shuffled Ground Yourself. And finally, pile number 3, you shuffled Make an Altar. All right, so those are your 3 options. There will be a 30-second meditation, give you more time to decide which card is for you, which pile is for you. If you're still struggling to decide, check out the description box down below. I always shuffle songs for every pile, so that might be helpful for your choice. If you're interested in personal reading, do not hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I will see you at your pile. Bye. Welcome, pile number 1. So you guys chose the sex card. Ooh. So I can already tell you're a very fun person. You're a very spicy, sexual, sensual person here. And I think you could have a lot of fire energy. You could have fire heavily in your chart. But what do you need to focus on? You need to focus on earth energy. So you need to be working on stability, financial abundance, grounding your energy, as well as planning. There's an energy of needing to become more dedicated to the process, okay? There's a process here going on. I feel like with the Magician, you want to manifest something into your life. You desperately want to bring to life something that it's like you know exactly what it is you want. You know exactly what it is you want to manifest here. But there's an energy of needing to really do the work and to put real effort into the process, the step-by-step process. How do you get from point A to point Z? Okay, and it's like every single step along the way needs to be thought about, needs to be like planned. There's an energy of planning that is being neglected here. So what do you need to focus on? Planning. Really getting your life organized. I think that you could be the kind of person who is more focused on fire, passion, it could even be sex, indulging in these kinds of activities that bring you a lot of satisfaction, and you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement. It inspires you in your life, but at the same time, when you are so focused on those things, you start neglecting, you know, maybe more earthly responsibilities. So it's like, okay, I really need to do the dishes in the sink. You know, I really need to make sure that my lawn gets mowed. I need to take the trash out. I need to finish my homework. You know, I need to make sure that I'm studying for this class. I need to put money down for a car payment. You know, it's just like very mundane things that we have to plan out. It's like, okay, every Wednesday is trash day. I need to make sure I get my trash out every Wednesday. It's just like routine, structure, earth energy. What do you need to focus on? Earth. I think that you're a very fiery person, and so that's why it might be kind of a struggle for you to be more structured in your life. Like, you might be the kind of person that just likes to roll out of bed at whatever time and decide the plan for the day at the very last minute. You know, you're the kind of person that likes to kind of fly by the seat of your pants. But Spirit is here asking you to become more grounded. Really think about the process. Plan your future out. You know, part of manifestation is the vision. So it's like you need to focus on the vision and the process that it would take in order to manifest this vision here. It's like step 1, envision. Step 2, you know, doing things that bring you closer to this manifestation. So it's like, what needs to get done here? So the Magician here, it says you have everything you need to do anything you want. So it's like you already have the tools that you need to make something happen. Especially as I'm saying tools, I look over and we have, she's literally holding a hammer. 8 of Pentacles. It says, sorry, but fairies aren't going to come do all the work for you. And so that's exactly the energy. It's like, nobody's going to come in and do the work for you. Nobody's going to make this process easier for you. You have to take it serious. You have to really want it. You have to do the work. There's something about doing the work. Because I feel like with this Page of Pentacles being in reverse, it says, when life gives you when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. Like, there's an energy here of resisting, not really wanting to do that work, not really having the best work ethic. You know, like I said, you could definitely be the kind of person that just likes to go with the flow and not really plan out your day, not really plan things out. But you've come here to ask Spirit, what do you need to focus on? And that is what they're asking of you. They're asking you to make lemonade from the lemons that they've given you. I feel like you have all the tools you need to make something happen. Like, if you really want it that bad, if you have it feels kind of like Saturnian energy. Like, you need to embrace more Saturn energy, Capricorn energy here, where it's like discipline, time, routine, reputation as well. Like, I feel like there's something here about building a reputation for being somebody who like manifested their dreams, you know? Like, if you gain that reputation, people would have a lot of respect for what you've manifested here. We do have the Moon. It says taking time for deep self-reflection is essential. So what do you need to focus on? Definitely self-reflection. I'm hearing journaling. There's a need to write down your emotions, write down, I'm hearing impulses. You might have a problem when it comes to like impulsive actions. It's like you just like to take action without thinking. And I think it's exciting for you. It keeps you inspired. It keeps you like feeling very alive. But it's almost like time to start like maybe journaling these things and then asking yourself, why do I feel this impulse? Instead of just giving into it, you know? We also have this card. It actually came out with the Eight of Pentacles. It says, if nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. And so I'm heavily getting like you have more power in this situation than you realize. It almost feels like you're kind of giving your power away to some degree. If nothing's going your way, cast a spell. It's almost like you are the magician. Like you could manifest things to kind of go your way. But I think what it is some of you are scared of that hard work. And it is daunting, you know, to really get serious about something is daunting. But it's like Spirit is asking you to take yourself serious here. Give yourself that chance. And if you feel drawn to it, maybe even do some kind of spell work. If that's what also might help you with your manifestations, go for that. Go for it. But yeah, there's an energy here of like, what do you need to focus on? Going deeper. Pushing yourself to go deeper. That's what you need to focus on, is pushing yourself to go deeper, go beyond the surface. What is hidden in the dark with the moon energy? I feel like you could have been living more of like a fast lifestyle, I guess I should say. You know, like live fast, die young kind of energy, where it's just like YOLO and just like, you know, I don't care what happens tomorrow. I'm living for today. But it's almost like, what do you need to focus on? They're pushing you to focus on going deeper, going to that next level of, you know, taking your life serious, taking your dreams, manifestation serious, of like, what do I really want? If I was able to dedicate my life to a process in order to see a result, which I feel like is your dreams, your goals, if I was able to dedicate my time to that process, what could I actually manifest? It's almost like you're scared of that success. Some of you are scared of that success. You're scared of that hard work, and that's exactly why they're pushing you towards that. They're like, you've lived kind of like this surface level lifestyle, and now it's time to go deeper. What do you really want to manifest? What do you really want? Why don't you push yourself to want more for yourself? You know, like, why do you hold yourself back from these manifestations that are actually very much like in the palm of your hands? It's like some of you, like I said, I keep saying, you have all the tools. They literally have given you lemons, and it's up to you to make that lemonade. So it's almost like, I don't know why I'm seeing somebody like sitting at the table, and it's like they have all these lemons and they have like all the tools that they need to make lemonade, but it's almost like they're just sitting there and they're just like not doing it. And it's like, that's kind of what Spirit is like wanting you to reflect on, is like, why aren't you going for it? Why aren't, like, what is holding you back here as well? It's almost, and that's where I think this reflection is coming in, journaling, asking yourself those deeper questions of like, where does this fear of success come from? Where does this fear of maybe even putting in that dedication, hard work, discipline, you know, why do I have that fear there? And definitely we have, you know, this sense of self-compassion. Six of Cups, give yourself the compassion you were never given. This almost kind of feels like, what would happen if you started to really care? Like if you started to really care about what happens to you, what happens to your life, how would that change the way that you operate? If you were willing to actually like plant that seed, water that seed every single day and make sure that it grows, like what is stopping you from that? Why are you scared of that, of like that process there? Like a long-term kind of planning process. And it's interesting because bottom of the deck we actually do have journal. So I'm not getting any more of those cards, but it's just sitting here on the desk like journal, you know? There's something here about journaling for my pile ones. What do you need to focus on? Affection. Some of you need like a hug. You need to be held. You need some affection. And it might be kind of uncomfortable to ask for those things, you know, but they want you to focus on being more affectionate. We have fortitude. Yeah, it's like building that strength, building that fortitude in order to kind of get this tough skin. Because I don't know, I just feel like you've kind of have been going easy on yourself, you know? It's like, what if you were to crank up the fire, crank up the heat? What if you were to put more pressure on yourself? You're gonna need some fortitude, you're gonna need some strength, you know? Sleep. But just like we were just saying, you know, it takes a lot of fortitude, it takes a lot of strength to put yourself in this position of like manifesting something for yourself. So make sure you are getting the adequate rest. You know, I always am preaching about work, play, sleep, you know, making sure you have a wonderful balance of work, play, rest. What do you need to focus on, pile one? What does my pile ones need to focus on? We have patterns. Yes. There's something here about your patterns, and it's like the way you approach situations, where it's like, I think you're very playful and lighthearted, and it's like you like to keep things maybe surface level, but it's like asking yourself, why don't I go deeper? What pattern within me holds me back from the success that I know that I can have? Tenacity, fortitude and tenacity, you know, it's like, I just see the focus becoming getting stronger, going deeper, pushing yourself to grow, even when it's outside of your pattern of like what you normally would do. Allowing this change to come in, make sure you're getting lots of rest as you adapt to these changes, and also reaching out for connection, affection, okay? Reaching out for, you know, your needs to be met. So I think that's everything I am getting. Let me get one more for some advice. What's the advice? Kuan Yin, compassion. So another card about compassion. It says, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. some of you, this fear of success, this blockage when it comes to, wanting to actually put yourself out there. It comes from a perfectionism. It comes from, like self-judgment, and also maybe a fear of other people judging as well. I'm getting just a fear of like, if I'm not perfect at whatever this is I'm trying to manifest, if I don't perfectly execute it, then it's almost like I'm a failure, and that's where it's like this tenacity, this fortitude is coming in, where it's like you have to build that tougher skin. And also, instead of being so hard on yourself, instead of being judgmental, instead of internalizing others' judgment, choosing compassion for yourself, choosing to not give up. Yes, bottom of the deck segment, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So I'm going to leave it at that, pile number ones. This was a lot of fun. I hope that you resonated. If you did, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Too many, please. I just need two. Welcome, pile number twos. You guys chose the Ground Yourself card. So what does Spirit want you to focus on here is definitely grounding your energy. I don't know why I get a sense of something might have recently unraveled for you. Something might have fallen apart. It kind of feels like maybe a very toxic family dynamic here that you are working to break a part of. You are working to break free from this. It feels like some kind of foundation was built, and it was built on very shifty, sandy kind of foundation where it's just like very unstable. So it's almost like whatever this legacy was built upon, it was built upon a bullshit foundation kind of energy. And I think that you, maybe when you were growing up, you could have definitely supported this foundation. You could have believed that this legacy was built from a place of like goodness. It feels kind of like just like innocence, like you were very innocent when you would look at this. It feels like family dynamic, or it could even be like a workplace dynamic. Like it's like maybe you always had a dream of being a cop, okay? Just as an example. And as you grew up, maybe you came into certain realities of what it really means to be a cop, okay? If you know, you know. And please, nobody take this the wrong way. Oh my goodness. It's like you kind of, there's something here where it's like you are being asked to focus on unveiling the truth, seeing past the veil. It's like something has been presented to you one way, where it really feels kind of like a family dynamic. Like, I'm going to keep going with that example because it feels kind of like a family dynamic of like, this is the way we do things. This is how we live our life. This is what is important. And it's almost like you were taught these values, you were instilled with a certain level of like lifestyle. You know, it's like, this is how your life needs to be. This is the lifestyle you need to live. This could even be like a family dynamic that's like anti-LGBTQ, anti you know, trans rights, anti women's rights, you know, very like, it could be like a misogynistic family kind of thing. It's just like, whatever this foundation was built upon, it was built upon very I don't know what to call them, because it's almost like, I think that to some people these are values that people truly believe in, you know, they truly believe in these. But I feel like for you, you don't actually agree with this environment. I don't know. I need to find better words. I'm struggling with my words. And maybe that's also what's happening with you is every time you try to sit with this energy of like disagreeing with this family, it's like you kind of get jumbled. I feel like this really, it unnerves you. It puts you in a position where it's like you're kind of having to question everything. It's kind of like, I'm hearing this song, Losing My Religion. Life is bigger than you and you. Sorry, I can't remember. Who's that I woke up to? Distance in your eyes. Okay. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Losing my religion. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if there's any lyrics that are popping out, but I think it's just in general that song where it's just like you're reaching a point here where it's like you are questioning what you were taught. You were taught something, you were taught a certain way of being, and now you are coming to a crossroads where you're like, do I really agree with this, or do I want to do things my way? And I really hope for the majority of you, you're choosing your way. But I think it's just very disturbing. I keep getting like discomfort. I think that this is a very uncomfortable time for you because it's kind of giving me like Stockholm syndrome, where it's like I don't know if you were in love with the situation, but it's like you were very used to it. It's like this was my life. It's kind of like an Amish person that chooses to like leave their faith and start exploring the outside world. You know, it's like everything is new, everything is it's like overstimulating, you know, it's like too much. It's kind of like culture shock, and it's like you're having to relearn a lot of things, and it's just like I'm just seeing somebody unraveling. It kind of feels like a doll I'm seeing made of like yarn, and it's like you're having to unravel, but it's almost like you're being put back together again in the way that you actually want to be put together, like the way that you want to live your life, the way you want to function, the way, like the things that you believe in kind of energy, not the things that were put into your head. You know, it definitely is giving brainwashed. Like you're unlearning a level of brainwashing here. So they're wanting you to focus on breathing. I don't know why I'm really getting breathing, because this process is so uncomfortable. This process is it feels like a metamorphosis. It really does. It feels like you are currently in the cocoon, and it's like you are turning to this mush, and it's like really uncomfortable and you don't feel right, but it's like you have no idea that you're gonna turn out as a freaking butterfly. You know, it's like you have no idea what's on the other side of this, and it's really scary, it's dark, it's uncomfortable. And that's where it's like they're asking you to ground yourself, breathe, just keep breathing. Just keep breathing and be very, very patient with yourself. Okay? And let's read the cards. We have learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. So there's a heavy energy of sitting still at this time. I think that your brain is actually going 1,000,000 miles per minute because you were processing this change. You're processing, it feels like standing up to a bully, you know. It's like you're preparing for that final boss. I don't know, you're preparing for that energy of like, I can stand on my own, I can stick to what I truly believe in, I can be my own person. It's almost like you could have been a sheeple, like, no offense to you, but it's like you could have been part of a group dynamic, an environment, a family dynamic where it's just like you didn't really question anything. You just kind of went along with what was going on. You just like, yes ma'am, no sir, just following orders, just like a soldier, like a sheep, you know. It's like, and it's like you're kind of getting to that point where it's like you're starting to question, like, do I really want this? Do I really believe in this? Do I really agree? What happens if I don't agree? What does that make me? You know, it's like you're really, oh my gosh, some of you are having like an identity crisis a little bit. Some of you, this has to do with coming to terms with your own sexuality as well. You know, it's like you were told you're always, you know, you're gonna marry somebody of the opposite sex your whole life. It's like that's what you were told, and that's not what you actually want. So it's a big deal. Like, it feels like a big deal. It really does. We have three major arcana. What am I talking about? So yeah, this is a big deal. This is a big moment in your life where you are choosing a different path. So Spirit is also wanting you to just slow down, slow down, because they do not want you to be reckless about these decisions. It says you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still, okay? But remember, we just read get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. And so I feel like you are maybe more of a person that likes to go, get things done, have, you know, like very productive is what I'm getting. And so I feel like they're asking you to kind of slow down, because this is such a huge change that you're gonna need time to sit still. You're gonna need time to process. They really want you to sit your ass down, sit still. Your brain is working so hard right now that I think it's almost like a concern of exhaustion. It's a concern of don't burn out, okay? Like, they do not want you to become too exhausted, because I feel like your brain is just working overtime, and it's exhausting, it's draining, and it's like you need time to just like lay on your bed and just let your mind spin, let your head do what it's gonna do, because it's very much in this process of metamorphosis, like I'm saying. But with the Chariot, you know, when it's reversed, this is all about like recklessness, impulsivity, just kind of going towards something blindly. And so I feel like, especially if it comes to like your relationship with your family, like some of you might kind of want to rush in and maybe like say things that you don't mean to your family members, like question them or get angry with them. Some of you might even be a little bit angry, like, why did you teach me to be this way? Like, this was never going to make me happy, kind of thing. I don't know why I'm also heavily getting like, this could be like a man questioning patriarchy. You know, this could be a man that's actually kind of learning about their own internalized misogyny. Like, you could be a man here watching this, I don't know, and you could be kind of realizing that you struggle with internalized misogyny. So I don't know, that seems very specific, but it's not for everyone. But yes, so they're wanting you to slow down, focus on not making impulsive decisions right now. I think the main focus is to be still. I know I've said that like 10 times, but they're really wanting me to drive it in, drive it in, drive it in. Be still, damn it. Because I feel like with this temperance in reverse, it's like you're not in the most stable place right now. You're not grounded right now. And so it's like the decisions that you're making kind of being in this mush energy where it's like you're still processing, you're still adapting to these changes, you're in your head so heavily, you're not in a good place to actually take action. You're not in a good place to kind of maybe have those conversations with other people, those risky conversations, or those really honest, deep, vulnerable conversations with others, because I feel like you're gonna say something that you don't mean. I really get that, like a reckless kind of, like you're gonna kind of come into it without a filter, and you're gonna say something that you don't actually mean. So it's like, just be a little cautious, okay? Be a little careful there, because I think you're getting a little overwhelmed. I think you're getting, I don't want to say overstimulated, I don't know. You're getting overwhelmed. It feels more like burnout, you know? It's like, okay. Excuse me as I'm yawning super heavily. Like, let yourself rest right now. There will be time for action later. Like I said, I feel like you guys are very productive, and so it's really hard for you to kind of sit still and let yourself rest, let yourself charge, let yourself think. I think you really need just time to think. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's read this card here. What does it say? Let go of self-imposed limitations. And it is in reverse, but like we were talking about, I just feel like the fact that temperance is in reverse, it's like, I think there's a level of impatience that they're wanting you to focus on. It's like, why do you need everything to go so quickly? It's like, slow down. This is a big deal. This is a big change. Like, it just feels like your belief system is being challenged. Your entire belief system that you built since you were a child has just been challenged, questioned. Some of you, it was destroyed. It's like this belief system was destroyed, and now you feel very lost. And so it's like some of you want to kind of take impulsive actions to make yourself feel better for this, you know, this loss of your belief system, this crumbling of belief system. But it's like important to kind of sit very still, recover. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing somebody like get into those little pods, like, you know, like how they have pods in movies, like a healing pod. Like, you're getting into your little healing chamber, your little healing pod. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom. Nurture what you have and see how it grows and grows. And I love that, because 7 of Pentacles is all about patience. You know, letting something naturally develop over time. Letting something grow slowly over time. There's no need to rush. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. There's no need to rush. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why I want to apologize to you. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I feel like this is uncomfortable, you know? Change can be uncomfortable, and I think you're doing a really good job, and it's like you just need to keep calm, keep your composure. Don't do anything impulsive, reckless, balance. Yes, you definitely need to regain your balance. You know, we have ground yourself, we have temperance in reverse, which is another energy showing me not being balanced. 10 of Pentacles as well to me is showing a lack of stability. So it's like, oh my God, look guys, this is incredible. I love what I do. Seriously, I love it. I love what I do. Okay. And we have like the butterfly cats, you know, not all of the cards in here are butterflies. So it's, oh, this is perfect. Okay. Metamorphosis, you are changing. You're in this cocoon, literally the cocoon we've been talking about. It's here. It's, I love what I do. Okay, sorry. As a reader, if you're a reader, you guys know that feeling of just like, when the confirmation comes through. But balance, this is all about regaining your balance. Like, it's just, there's so many cards here that's showing me that you are very lost right now. You're very out of your element. You know, it's not the most stable time for you, but that's okay, because you can be still, keep calm, give yourself that space and time that you really, really need. You know, it's like you're not going to ask the cocoon to take action. The cocoon is meant to be still. All right, we have courage. Be brave, okay? Be brave at this time. Focus on your bravery. Like, the fact that you're even at this point, like the fact that you're even questioning anything, like you're questioning your own belief system. Do you know how hard that is to do? Do you know how many people actually sit with themselves and self-reflect enough to question their own belief system? You know, it's like people are not always that self-reflective. So it's like, be proud of yourself for the fact that you have had the courage to change, the courage to question everything, to question what you were taught, growth. This is incredible. I'm so proud of you, pile 2. I know it's uncomfortable right now. Like, I'm hearing growing pains, you know, I know it's uncomfortable right now, but it's all going to be worth it. It's all going to be worth it. Contentment. Yeah, like you're going to feel so much better on the other side of this. You're going to feel true contentment. Whereas I feel like before you were just kind of living through the motions of like what other people were telling you to do. Stars. It's like you're finally going to be asking yourself like about your own dreams, your own belief systems. Like, this is all about getting to know yourself. I don't know why I also feel like you're going to feel hope for the first time in a long time. Like, I don't know why I feel like you were going through these motions, and it's like, it was almost like what other people wanted for you. And it's like maybe some of you kind of felt like, not to be dramatic, but you felt empty, you felt dead inside, you know? It's like you were living somebody else's life. And it's like now you finally get to like make your own wishes come true. This is so freaking beautiful. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. I'm on the internet too much. What's the advice? Go outside. Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So make sure you're getting your fresh air. I don't know where to put it. Make sure you're going out. Make sure you are, like I was saying, I was like, there's a huge energy of like breathing. Take a deep breath. This is a huge change, transition for you, and You know, I think connecting with nature is going to be very grounding for you. Connecting with nature, yeah. Sedna at the bottom, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. They, like, your guides do not want you to worry about tomorrow. They just want you to be present, be still, and just really process this change. They're so proud of you. I'm proud of you. This is a beautiful reading. But it's like they're trying to say they've got you. They've got you. You will be supplied. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope that these messages resonated for you. If they did, you know what to do. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you all the best. Love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3s. You guys chose make an altar. All right, so what do you need to focus on? Focusing on your connection with spirit at this time. So deepening your connection, making an altar, making offerings for your guides, your spirit team. I think your guides are trying to come in and give you strength at this time. I do see them wanting to connect with you, wanting to empower you, wanting to give you strength, okay? We have 4 major arcana, including the bottom of the deck that came out. So just like pile number 2, this is a big transition for you. I think something is falling apart. Something is coming to a close. We have the Tower here. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. So I don't know, I feel an energy of loss, I feel an energy of change, I feel an energy of sudden change and loss. And I think with this 9 of Wands, it says it would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. I do feel like in the process of this Tower kind of crumbling, something that is falling apart in your life here, it is challenging you, you know, it is challenging you, it is hurting. Like there's an energy of getting wounded. You know, you're fighting some kind of battle here as well. There's an energy of fighting a battle, but it feels kind of like you lost the battle but not the war kind of energy. It's like there's a bigger battle at hand where it's like, I think some of you really didn't want this to fall apart, and you really wanted to be successful in making something work, but something is changing, something is shifting very suddenly. It's very shocking, and I think in the process you might have gotten hurt, you know, and it's like, what do you need to focus on is channeling that inner strength, the strength that your guides are trying to send to you, especially, and by connecting to your spirituality, connecting to your guides, because they want to be here for you, because they know this isn't easy. It almost feels like for some of you, you know, this Tower, it could have, you know, it felt like a defeat. It was meant to defeat you. It was meant to bring you down, bring you to your knees. But I feel like it brought you to your knees here, but now you're channeling that to spirit, to your guides, like praying for that support, praying for like the, you know, that strength and power from your guides. And I was hearing this song as I was shuffling. Go bad bitch, go bad bitch. I know it's silly, but like, you are a baddie. Like, I feel like you're a very strong individual. And I think you are just kind of being put into a position right now where you are kind of hit, you know, with the tower. Yeah, it's like everybody has a tower moment eventually, and I think it's your turn to kind of go through that. And it doesn't mean anything about who you are as a person. Like I said, we all go through tower moments, but it's almost like your guides want you to focus on staying strong, staying connected to them, making sure you keep your eye on what is important. Okay, like, it's almost like staying logical as well. Like, they are wanting you to use your head over your heart just in this situation, because we have the Emperor here. So it says, being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Exactly. It's like they're wanting you to focus on not crashing out, like not letting this tower defeat you, not letting yourself crumble alongside this tower. Being the own authority of your life, you know, taking control of the situation instead of just letting yourself fall apart. It's like you are so much stronger than that. You really don't need to fall apart. Like, you're so much stronger than that. You're a fighter. You're a warrior. You are like the general in the war. I don't know, like, you're a freaking fighter. And just because you're hit with this tower moment doesn't mean it needs to take you down completely. It was just meant to take something down in your life that wasn't working, something that was already falling apart. It was already crumbling. It doesn't belong here in your life. It needed to suddenly change. But I think that in this process, it's like you did get hurt. You did get hurt when this all fell apart. And so it's putting you, you know, in this position of having to focus on how to logically get through this pain, how to be strong and not give in to almost like this desire to fall apart, to crumble, to crash out. It almost feels like to give in to apathy as well, where it's like you just stop caring. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. I'm reckless. I'm crazy. I'm crashing out kind of energy. I don't care. But it's like they're asking you to care. They're asking you to stay strong, to remain the authority of your own life. Like, you are in control in this situation, even though it might not feel like it with this tower. Like, this tower might have made you feel like you weren't in control, but you actually are here. Because you have the decision whether to keep it together or whether to crash out, kind of energy. And we have the High Priestess in reverse. I don't know why I knew the High Priestess was going to come out for you. You're very intuitive. I think you already have a deep connection with your guides and your spirit team. And let's see, it says, when in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Like, I think that for a lot of you, you get confirmations for your intuitive nudges. And it's like, it's time to stop ignoring those. Like, some of you kind of have maybe been ignoring the signs that you've been getting. And they're really wanting you to listen. They're wanting you to connect to them. They have something to say here, and it's like, I don't know why, I feel like they haven't been able to reach you lately. And it might be because of this tower moment where it's like you just kind of disconnected. bottom of the deck, we have the World. It says, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. So it almost feels like this was a catastrophe for you, right? Like this was not a joyful thing. But your guides are wanting you to know, like, you did it. You're getting over this. You can close out this cycle. Like I keep saying, it's like this tower was always meant to fall apart. There's no room for this tower in your life. And so it's like you have successfully closed out a chapter, a cycle, by letting this fall apart. And also by not crumbling alongside with it. Like maybe in the past, whenever you experience tower moments, like maybe you let them destroy you, you let them make you fall apart just as the tower does. And it's like you have chosen to stay above it this time. At least, I mean, that's what they really want you to focus on, is staying above it. Don't fall apart. Stay strong. Stay logical. Head over heart. Being the authority of your own life. Choosing to be responsible, because by remaining responsible, it's actually showing you self-love. Because you know that if you were to start being somebody who wasn't responsible, it would just be more detrimental to your life. It would just do more damage than it does good. And so by you choosing to not crash out, to take care of yourself, to kind of turn to spirituality, to connect with your team and to gain strength from that, it shows that you have overcome maybe past cycles where it's like maybe in the past you would crash out, you would let yourself fall apart. It's like you've learned this lesson here of like, just because something doesn't go my way, just because something suddenly changes, doesn't mean that I have to let my whole world fall apart with it. What do they want you to focus on? I'm also hearing it's okay to cry. Like it's okay to be upset about whatever this tower is. But it's just like, don't make irresponsible decisions because of this tower moment. What do they want you to focus on? Environment. Yes. And that's where make an altar is coming in, because they really, I feel like they want you to connect with them, but they know that if your environment isn't inspiring divine connection, it's like nothing's gonna happen. Like you need to get the candles out. Some of you need to get your cards, your crystals, whatever it is. You need to make an altar. You need to sit with this altar here. You need to cultivate the environment to fulfill your needs, which I feel like your needs at this time is connecting with your guides. What do they need to focus on? Metamorphosis, pile number 2 just got this. And I was getting a similar energy where it's like you are being confronted with an insane change. And it's like this change is trying to make or break you. But I think that you have grown and you're choosing better for yourself. And it's just showing that you have, you've changed. Death card is literally the change card. It just shows how much you've grown as a person. It shows how much you've changed. It shows how you make different decisions. You're not making the same decisions expecting a different result. You've actually learned the lesson. And look, yeah, they're holding the world. Like the fact that we got the world and they're holding the world in their hands. I'm hearing the song She Had the World by Panic at the Disco. She had the world upon it. Like, I don't know, it's very melancholy. Like, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad about this. But don't let it control you. Don't let it have power over you. I think you've done that. Oh, we have winter and autumn. So there's something about the cooler seasons here. I don't know why, I'm hearing you're gonna forget about this tower moment come fall and winter. Like by the time it's fall and winter, this is not even gonna be a second thought. This is gonna be like a distant memory. Kind of want to get one more. Not a huge fan of these seasonal cards. What do they need you to focus on? It's like the crash out is not worth. It's just not worth it. It's like I was saying, it's like you're not even gonna remember this tower in 3 months. In 3 months from now, it's like you're gonna be able to laugh about this. But if you crash out and start ruining your life, you know what I mean? If you start self-sabotaging, then that's when it's like you're not gonna be able to get over this in 3 months. Tenacity, I swear, this card loves to come out. Yeah, they just want you to focus on your strength, your tenacity. You are so freaking strong, and they just want to empower you even more. They want to like lend you strength. I'm hearing this song from Thumbelina. Let me be your wings. Let me be your... can't remember the words. Let me be your wings. It's like they want to lift you up. I'm hearing Lift Me Up by Rihanna. Bottom of the deck, we have family. So some of you might need to spend some time with family as well. That might be really comforting. Because like I said, it's okay to be sad. Like some of you guys are kind of sad. It's like melancholy. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay to be sad, you know? All right, last card. What's the advice? Last card. Like I'm just seeing Thumbelina, and it's like I'm watching that song, like, Let Me Be Your Wings, and like some of you need to just kind of sit and watch like your old favorite cartoon movies. Like let yourself be kind of sad, you know? It's like it's okay. You're such a strong person, you're gonna get through it. Like I said, you're gonna be able to laugh about this in a couple months, but it's like, do some self-soothing techniques, you know? It's like, if you want to watch one of your comfort movies, go for it. Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Yes, keep focused on the bigger picture, the bigger goal here, because it's like if you let yourself get off track just because of one tower moment, you know, it's like you're gonna miss the mark here. They want you to stay focused. Don't let this put you in a place where you lose everything, you know, just because of what? Self-sabotage, just because of this tower? You're so much stronger than that. Yeah, bottom of the deck, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So I'm gonna leave it at that. This was a pretty fun reading. I just love that you got Diana and Bridget. I just feel like these are such fighter, warrior-ass goddesses, you know? So I'm gonna leave it at that. My bad bees, pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope these messages resonated. If they did, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, I'm sending you all the best. Love, light, protection, blessings. See ya. Bye. Welcome pile number 4s to the bonus pile, where I started pulling cards for myself and I would also start sharing them with the collective. So today, let's go ahead and see what we got. What do we need to focus on? Connect with crystals. All right. I really struggle with this message, okay, because I am the kind of person that, as much as I do love crystals, there is always going to be the logical part of me that looks at crystals as like a placebo effect. You know, we tell ourselves, okay, this crystal will help me unlock my heart chakra. This crystal will help me blah, blah, blah. And I really think it's just more so we have a focus, we have an intention, and so we're able to manifest through our own intentions. It's not so much the actual crystal. I mean, it gives us that focal point. So like, for instance, this is green aventurine. This helps me channel heart chakra energy because of this bright green energy. As my throat is like closing up, right? You know, so it helps me focus that energy of like, okay, like I want to have messages that are coming from the heart. I want these messages to be full of love, full of heart. So that's where I hold on to this crystal as I'm reading, because it's able to help me set that intention. So I don't know if maybe that's just the message here. It's like they want you to focus on channeling your intentions with physical items. And I am also getting like candles, crystals, so both of those things, where it's like you are able to focus your intention into that candle, focus the intention into that crystal, and work with those energies. All right, using the tools that you have around you in order to connect with your spirit team, okay? So your spirit team does want you to connect here. There's definitely something coming through about like chakra alignment. So getting your chakras in alignment, you know. We have temperance here, which is kind of, to me, showing something not being in balance. I don't think you are in balance. I think there's certain chakras that are not balanced out at this time. And it's like they need your attention to kind of get more balanced, okay? I'm laughing because I really don't want to give this message, but I will. It's the bonus pile. What am I talking about? This is the after party. This is like, we're chilling. So immediately as I start talking about chakras in my head, I start seeing the episode of Avatar from like season 2. It's called The Guru. And it's whenever Aang meets the guru, and he's supposed to be like unlocking the divine cosmic power within, right? I'm pretty sure it like helps him channel the avatars and blah blah blah. And like if he doesn't connect with it, it's like he might lose the ability to go into the avatar state at all. It's like, you know, high stakes. There's high stakes, and it's like he has to kind of go one by one through the chakras. Okay, like we need to make sure this chakra is aligned, this chakra is like, it's like he goes through that motion. So I feel like that's what they want you to focus on, is like, okay, how is my crown chakra doing? How is my throat chakra doing? How is my heart chakra doing? How is my solar plexus, my sacral, my root chakra? Like, how are these things doing? Sorry if I missed one, but you get the point. Because there is something here that's just not in balance. So let's see. It says, let go of self-imposed limitations. And it's interesting that that's on that card, because as soon as I saw this card connect with crystals, my self-imposed limitations wanted to kick in and be like, I don't even really believe in crystals all that much. You know, it's like those self-imposed limitations are like, I don't even like, I don't really believe in that. But there's a message here, you know, that message was able to lead us to chakra realignment, right? It's like, so it's like letting go of maybe those limitations, those things that we tell ourselves that keep us kind of stuck, that keep us in one place, kind of letting go of those things and learning how to maybe embrace different methods, you know, embrace things that we wouldn't normally believe in, you know, maybe try to give it a chance. Because you never know, that might actually be the answer to balancing out your energy. So they are wanting you to focus more on being patient, have more patience with yourself. We do have courage here as well. So I think they're wanting you to focus on how courageous you've been this far to get to this point, because there is an energy here of the Empress. There is beauty to be found in every experience. They want you to focus on creation, your creativity. What are you trying to bring into the world? For some of you, you could have a desire to be a parent, a mother as well. Maybe that's something you want to work on creating in your lifetime. But I do get an energy of like a creative project, something you're trying to birth, something you're trying to bring to life here. And I feel like there's something to do with this imbalance, this chakra, what's the word, misalignment, I guess we could say, where you're not in the right place, like you're needing to kind of realign before you're able to really create what it is you're wanting. Feels like something birthed from passion. Yeah, like something you're very passionate about. It will bring about something of creation. I'm also hearing obsession. So you see the way they are like licking on each other. They're so close. They're like completely intertwined with each other. So that is kind of giving me this energy of obsession. It's almost like they're wanting you to focus on whatever you're passionate about. You need to become obsessed with it. It's like this passion, this dedication, this obsession to whatever it is you're trying to create is the key. This obsession is the key. You need to become obsessed with whatever it is you're trying to create. That is the I'm hearing that's the only way to get success, is to be obsessed with whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to birth, whatever you're trying to create here is obsession. I don't usually give that message of like, but like obsession seems to be the key, where it's like just pure, unadulterated devotion to something. Bottom of the deck, we do have the 5 of Wands. A good coven lets every witch have a say. So you need to focus on, what is this? I want to clarify. Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Having more compassion for people that you disagree with. I feel like you can get very irritated, aggravated with people who maybe you disagree with, maybe people that you argue with, that you have a hard time seeing eye to eye with certain people. And I feel like at times you do kind of lose compassion for certain people because you disagree with them. You know, it's like, so Spirit is kind of challenging you here to retain your compassion even for people you disagree with. It's like they're still living a human experience. They still do not deserve cruelty, and you know, they don't, you know, I feel like sometimes you get into your head of like where you kind of want to hate people, you know, like you have the urge to kind of like hate people that you don't agree with, people who might have different political views than you, people who might have different ways of living, different morals, values, beliefs as you. It's like maybe some of you are tempted to just misunderstand, hate them, not see them as human, you know, kind of dehumanizing people that you argue with, you know, like the people that you argue with, it's like you're not seeing them as real people. So I feel like they are asking you to be a little bit more compassionate, at least giving like human decency, you know, to other people that you disagree with. That's an interesting message. Yeah, it's like a good coven lets every witch have a say. So it's like you might not necessarily like every witch, but a good coven lets everybody have a say. Everybody has a voice, right? All right, so what do you need to focus on? We already pulled some of these, but let's get a few more. Mindfulness. Yes, okay, being more mindful, that's definitely a good thing. Being mindful of what you eat, what you drink. Even walking can be mindful. Taking a step and thinking about every single step you take. Taking a bite of your food, thinking about every single bite that you take. Some of you guys have maybe, with this misalignment or, you know, this imbalance that you're struggling with, I think you might have lost a bit of mindfulness, where it's like you might have been more mindful about certain decisions that you were making. You might have lost that over time, and you might be kind of making decisions that are supporting this imbalance. So make sure you are paying attention to your choices and just being very mindful. Patterns, yeah. Look at your patterns here. Yeah, they want you to focus on your patterns. What are you comfortable with? The decisions that you keep making over and over again that kind of go against this mindfulness. It goes against this actual balance that you're needing in your life. Like, I think you might be kind of stuck in some kind of patterns here that aren't actually aligned with your highest good. And it's just, I think it's coming from a place of not being mindful enough to recognize these patterns and to put a stop to them. One more. Death. So focus on change. What can you change, you know? Don't focus on what you can't change. Focus on what you can change at this time. Some of you have been really frustrated about the things that you can't change, and so it's like you're wasting a lot of energy on what you can't change when it's time to shift that focus and be like, okay, what can I do? What can I do in this situation? Bottom of the deck, we did have solitude. So I am a huge introvert, low-key. I could be an ambivert, possibly, but like when I do go out, I do enjoy myself. I do like going out. I do like connection. I'm still human, but I love my alone time. I love recharging. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to get some more self-care cards real quick, though. Use your hands. Okay. Ah. Use your hands, and I think using your hands creates a lot of mindfulness. You know, it's like you're present, you're physically creating something. Positive affirmations. So we have I love myself, brave, beautiful, worthy, grateful, healthy, happy. I choose love. Yes, positive affirmations are seriously going to help. Because I feel like you've gotten into some kind of pattern of like not being mindful, not really filtering your thoughts, your actions, and it's created an imbalance because you haven't been making decisions, you know, to your highest good. You've just kind of been stuck in a subconscious pattern. We have build strength at the bottom. Love to see it. And let's get one last card to close out the reading. We've got 2. Quiet time. I'm actually gonna, no, why am I struggling? Okay. Siege, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Definitely, definitely. Quiet time. We had solitude as well, so that makes sense. Spending some time alone to rest, meditate, contemplate. We have Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. It's like they're not asking you to just be completely boring, you know? Like they still want you to have fun. They still want you to go out there and have adventures. But it's like being in a more aligned place. Not going on dangerous adventures just for like because you're succumbing to some kind of pattern, you know? A pattern of recklessness. No, it's coming from a more aligned place of like, I need adventure, I crave adventure. One more, Spirit. We have Irene, peace. There's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Pele, divine passion, and we did have passion over here. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Yes. And that, I think, sitting with that, meditating with that, what is your heart's true desire? Like that is definitely part of being mindful of what do I really want? What do I really want? Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here, Pile 4s. I love you so much. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. You know what to do. Give me a like, sub, comment down below. Till next time, y'all. Bye.